Hello, we are back with Kamikaze Lassplanes. Where we last left off, we were headed to Azura to figure out what's going on. So yeah, let's go back to that one. And again, ignore me and my terrible reading skills. Finding a place to land on this tiny island is even harder than Lunefell, and it isn't particularly helpful. I sit to a rage when I head for the village. I'm forced to navigate in the dark on my own, finding a spot for us. When I touch down, a loud murmur of the waves crash on the coast to reach my ears. Yeah, let me go ahead and turn you down now. Now you're just loud for no reason. The enemy hulls have already disappeared into the black ocean depths, and looking at the water, I don't see them on the surface. The village lights are blinding in contrast to the darkness around. The lighthouse towering over us seems even greater than from the sky. The light is pulsing a little, as if someone inside fell asleep on the control panel, dimming it with a sudden twitch. Alright, we're with Hannah. Why can't we be with Alba? She's better. The last plane transforms in an instant. She hardly gave me any time to exit the cockpit and practically throws me out. I lose my balance, darting towards the grassy glade, and only regain it at the last moment. The crispy seaside air is cold. It pinches my cheeks as I fall outside. Bradenberg stands over me, eyes still glowing from the hurried transformation. Her hair is a mess, face contorted in anger. She doesn't waste time to pull herself together after what happened up there.
Damn it!
How dare you bring me here against my will? It's our duty to ensure the area is secure. It can't be done from the sky. Why the hell would the Empire soldiers hide in the village? We didn't see any equipment from above. We took down all their planes. They would have been stranded here with no way of going back or moving forward. Better safe than sorry, right?
Objection.
On the contrary, this is stupid. I let out a heavy sigh, watching her fiercely fix her hair. The shadow of guilt crosses my mind. Maybe I really forced her to land for nothing. Maybe we should turn to Skyford just like she wishes to. I shake my head at my own thoughts. Considering the scale of trouble I recently got away with, stopping by the island seems minor. Especially that Bradenberg doesn't have more convincing argument than no because I said so. Her reluctance to come here seems extremely irrational. Strange. I never had her for the irrational type. We locked eyes for a long while, allowing thick silence to fall between us. Are you gonna give me a choice? The glow slowly disappears from her gaze, leaving emotions I can't decipher. As usual. There are times when Hannah seems so close. Like someone I've known for ages. Someone I can sometimes understand without words. But definitely more often than not, I can't even predict if she'll agree with me or turn on her heel and leave. Our game in a hangar or our breakfast on the balcony made this fact fade in my mind. But now, I'm painfully reminded of it. My attempt to use another argument were in vain, so I returned to the truth. The truth I used up there in the heat of battle. You're right. I don't think Empire soldiers are hiding in the village. But I want to make sure the villagers are okay. I bet. This is your problem, Walter. What is? You care too damn much. Wait, you're the one who told me to do the right thing even if against the rules. If you told me to listen to my gut, and now that I'm listening, you're angry at me? She averts her eyes, which tells me I'm right. Uh, he used that shit against her. That's smart. She doesn't have a response to my words. Silence surprises me. Just the first time we talked, Brandenburg always had an answer ready, no matter what I said. Meanwhile, the girl standing before me crosses her arms and bites her lip, avoiding my eyes like the plague. Anger escapes her gaze, leaving barely smoldering coals. They remind me of the emotions lying dormant deep inside her, the ones my words can add fuel to again. But for now, she lets them sniff. Her arms fall lightly, air escapes her lips, as if in surrender. She looks at the lighthouse, frowning. I notice unease in the cocktail of emotions in her expression. I stand on the edge of our improvised landing field. There may be 3 meters into a well-trodden trail leading to the village. But Brandenburg stays behind, not even a step closer to Azura. She's stubbornly standing on the spire of her transformation, as if she's hoping to persuade me to return, or as if she's afraid that I'll take even the smallest step into a victory. I know you care too.
Huh?
Oh, come on. You think I can't see her lying to my face? You know nothing about me. You're right, I don't. Because you're not telling me anything ever. That's why. Oh, hell no. What type of shit? A distant, joyful cheer cuts through the air. I hear its echoes, bouncing off the buildings into the village it's coming from. I jump, hearing the sounds of human life. Did you hear that? Yo, she looks concerned as hell. I'm not about to hold you. I turn my eyes to the village and the lighthouse over us. Relief floods my heart again. Though Azura seems abandoned from above, there are clearly people here. Yeah, so y'all can leave now, honestly. They must have hidden when they saw the enemies coming. Are they not leaving their hideouts and celebrating no enemy units in the sky? I strain my eyes, trying to notice anyone between the buildings. The village lies a little higher than our landing field. I can't see anything from here.
What?
Hear what? Oh, nah. Nah, that's crazy. The girl's question distracts me from my attempts to find a residence. When I turn to her, I see she's eyeing the distant buildings too. The last plane is standing a little further than me. She must have missed it. Her gaze is empty, eyes open wide like she doesn't want to even miss the tiniest detail. Like she's looking carefully for traces of life in the village, but doesn't want to visit either. Her lips are raw from all the nervous biting. Seeing that her arms still crossed at her chest squeeze her shoulders. Like she's trying to hug herself. I heard people. What? We have to tell them it's safe now. And to make sure they're okay. We wasted enough time on this pointless discussion. I turned away, heading towards a solid sandy path. It winds up and changes into stone stairs a few further meters, leading to Azura high above. Yeah, I'm not trusting that though. Like, that looks bad. Terrible even. I tilt my head, tracking the road disappearing between small buildings. The lighthouse immediately overtakes my vision. The mass construction rises above everything around it. It reminds me of the cathedral, towering over the world, majestic and large. Its light is hypnotizing. It catches my eyes and won't let go. The cold glow seems otherworldly.
Wait!
Yeah, that's not good. The last plane's voice interrupts my trace, drawing my attention. To my surprise, she's standing a step closer than the last time I checked, like she's willing to follow me. But a new emotion flickered on her face. Something I've never seen her show before. Fear. If the battle-hardened machine that's ready to fight anybody that comes her way is terrified, that's a sign to go. Why are we still here? Void of rage, her blue irises are now empty. Enough talking. If you want to stay here, be my guest. I'll be back in a few minutes. It's not a big deal. Please, wait. You don't have to go.
Stop it!
I freeze, watching her fight an inner battle. She wins and lets her arms fall. Again with the close-up. She lifts one hand, hangs on her body alone, but the other is reaching for me. I stare at it for a while, baffled. I blink a few times. I don't understand what she wants. I'll go, but I need you to hold my hand. No. I want Alba, not you. I don't like this. I don't want that. I'm so shocked I forget the village behind my back. I eye her silhouette. Her body is stiff from tension. Concern hides in her eyes. Hannah Bradenberg, the first and legendary Lassplane, wants me to hold her hand? Am I dreaming? Or is this the trick? Would you drag me by the sky fortress if I take her hand? What now? I'm scared. You see this? This is what I mean. If the strongest person in the army is saying she is scared, she doesn't want to be here, that means something is there. Take my hand, please. Don't make me ask again. Is she scared? I hate these choices because I don't want her. I want Alba. But they're not giving me choices to talk to Alba. So it's more like I'm getting closer to Hannah. I don't want to get closer to Hannah. Great. Good. I hate it. But I'm not gonna be a dick about it. I look around. Apart from the lighthouse, the darkness holds the surroundings in its grip. The sound of the waves is loud. It reminds me of our game of two truths and a lie. The last plane can't swim on an island. Maybe that's what she's afraid of. Even seemingly dauntless people have their fears, rational or not. I turn my back on the glowing lighthouse and face the plane. Approaching her, I close the distance between us. Blonde strands of hair float in the wind, framing her face. From up close, I see her outstretched hand is slightly trembling. I try to swallow, suddenly my throat becomes dry. Easier said than done. With hesitation, I lift my hand and take hers, delicately, unsure until the very end if Hannah is telling the truth. If it's not a trick. A pale scar gleams on her skin, reflecting in moonlight. I open my mouth to say something, carefully holding her hand, when she squeezes mine reassuringly. My heart leaps. I feel I'm turning red. The girl locks her fingers on mine. No. Determination goes in her eyes. She nods, frowning, but I can see the flush on her cheeks too. No. No. Together we turn to the village and slowly step on the dirt path. I'm as tense as a string, feeling her hand on mine. We've just finished our mission. We're 2 soldiers on active duty. Our task is not to make sure the residents of Azura are safe and sound. But I'm holding her hand. Oh dear. We're like a couple taking a walk under the moonlight. The realization makes my uniform feel too thick, hot, and I'm boiling in it. I dared a glimpse at the blind when we reached the stone stairs. Hair partially covering her face, she lowers her head. I feel like she's doing everything just to avoid looking at me. Her cheeks are completely red. If she's uncomfortable, why should she suggest it? I pull my hand, trying to let go and save her from embarrassment, but she only squeezes harder. She won't let me take it, even if I wanted to for her own good. A lump grows in my throat. I say nothing. In the cold air of Azura, her hand is hot and warms mine. Okay, I was about to say something entirely different. We head to the village to look for the residents. Together. The stone stairs leads us to Azura's main street. It's quiet. As in a deep slumber, only the village illuminated windows suggest otherwise. Just like the joyful cheering I heard from the landing spot wasn't a sign of celebration. Actually, it wasn't a sign of anything. When we finally entered the village, I don't see anyone who could let it out, or anyone else for that matter. My body is tense as if preparing for something is about to happen, something bad. But it could well have just been caused by the Lassplane, holding her hand in mine. In any other circumstance, walking side by side and holding hands would evoke completely different emotions. You see, that right there, why are we still here when we hear giggling in the background? I don't like that. That's not good. That's bad. Terrible. But now my attention is elsewhere. Not only mine, the Lassplane I'm with is as pale as a ghost. Her fingers clutch mine so tightly, I'm not sure if it will make any difference if I let go. Together, we entered the silent village in search of signs of life. I heard nothing on our... signs of life. I heard on the landing field. Weird. I don't see anything. I swear I heard something. It's so quiet here. My words ring out like a gunshot. Even I shudder at the sound of my voice. Lassplanes at my side gazes at the house we passed. Although her head turns away from me, with moonlight illuminates her face, I can see fear written all over it. Must have been the wind. Maybe, but why is no one here? The village is intact. It looks like the Empire ain't targeted any civilian buildings. And yet, there's nothing. Not even bodies.
Huh?
Would you prefer bodies lying around? Of course not. But something's not adding up here. Our steps clatter on the stone pavement. Emptiness is ringing in my ears. I went and walked to find bodies here, but at least I could understand it. As soon as we got here, it became clear the Empire had been controlling the area for some time. Back in the sky, my gut was telling me the worst already happened. I was expecting a bloody slaughter down here. Instead, we're the only ones here. Not a single soul in sight, dead or alive. At the same time, there's no signs of battle. No broken windows, no bullet shells on the ground. No charred walls or roofs pierced by falling missiles. Nothing. Nothing at all. The gardens are... are in impeccable condition. There we go. The windows are all in one piece with curtains neatly covering some of them. I look at toys scattered around some doors. Children dolls arranged on wooden chairs, attending some make-believe tea parties. Laundry hangs on dry flutters, hanging to dry, flutters loudly in one of the gardens. Half the clothesline is empty. I can see the rest of the clothes in a bucket on the ground. It looks dark, wet, like someone stopped hanging the clothes midway. Where have they gone? Looks like everyone just upped and left, abandoning what they were doing in the middle of it. I don't see any traces of a battle. The village is small. Where could they go? Perhaps they evacuated to the mainland before the Empire came clear. Lots of people did it after the loon fell. Yeah. That's true. When news of the Veil instability reaches the civilians with our help, as long as the people rush for the capital, as far as the shore as possible. The explanation sounds comforting, but it doesn't reassure me at all. Maybe it's the lump in my throat. It's been there since we landed. Maybe the foul feeling in my back of my mind is telling me something's not right here. I look around. When we pass more houses, the possessions scattered on the street seems abandoned abruptly, in one moment. If the evacuation was planned in advance, they would surely have time to take them. The air seems charged, like a moment before a storm, carrying the smell of ozone, and you can feel it coming. But the sky above our heads is clear, no dark clouds in sight. Well, there's dark clouds right there if you're talking about it. The only flashes tearing in the firmament are coming from the top of the lighthouse we're slowly approaching. I glance over its silhouette. The closer we are, the more massive it seems. Oh. The light seems to call to me. Luring, enticing to come closer. Promising safety and comfort as soon as I get here. My eyes are transfixed, and for a split second, I forget the world around me.
Hey!
Raidenberg squeezes my hand, pulling me back to reality. I see her alarmed gaze on me when I turn my eyes from the lighthouse. Something has changed in her face since we entered the village. Concern doesn't convey her facial expression. The girl's eyes are wide open, her chest rising and falls rapidly. The unsettling atmosphere of this place is getting to me, but Hannah seems frightened. She's never been one of the chatty crowds, but since we came to Azura, it's like she's already small vocabulary was cut in half. Look at these things. If people were evacuating to the capital according to the plan, they would have surely taken some of them at least.
You know?
Maybe they didn't have time. Maybe they didn't have time to take everything, or maybe they panicked. Fear does strange things to people. I'm not so sure. In Littlefield, not even facing a direct threat could persuade some of the residents to evacuate. It seems unlikely to me that everyone in Azura would abandon their homes and escape in such a hurry. I think the Empire could be behind this.
What?
The Empire? What makes you think that? What makes you think they did? They didn't invite them to the tea party, that's for sure. They got rid of them somehow. Why would the Empire murder innocent civilians? Why are they attacking our territory? Clearly, they don't need a good reason to murder our people. The girl frowns in response to my words. She's silent for a while, mulling over them like they're hard to swallow. It seems obvious to me. The Empire attacked both Loonfell and apparently Azura. They But maybe they would have done the same to Loonfell if it wasn't for the coincidence that I was there with Alba. Would Loonfell be deserted now? I don't think the Empire would murder an entire village without a reason. There's a human face behind every beast mask. They must have an angle, orders to follow, objectives to achieve. Perhaps they didn't murder them. Maybe they displaced them. After all, they're no bodies. Right. Unless they threw them into the ocean. But why would they? Why hide it?
How?
How would I know? I'd say they're not dead. Just somewhere else. But where? I strain my eyes, trying to spot any hints in the darkness. Are there hideouts there? A bugger they could use to hide in when they saw the Empire units on the horizon? Streets are bathed in the blue glow coming from the windows. Since there are no hints from the outside, they must be inside. The light. The lights are on in every house.
I think.
Whether they fled in terror or were captured, no wonder they forgot to turn the lights off. That's true, but statistically, what are the chances everyone was home with the lights on when it happened? What do you mean? Usually in a town or a village, some people spend their time outside, at work or dinner. Why are all the lights on?
It's too much.
You're overthinking it, Walter. Am I? I stop by one of the houses. A pale glow seeps through the crack of the doorway. There's a bucket of water on the porch. Dead fish floating on the surface. A large pot large pots of flowers hang on the window. The space makes their blooming buds remind me of a funeral bunch decorated in gray tombstones. I don't see anything unusual through the window. An empty kitchen, a pot still on the closed stove. But maybe I'll find some answers inside. He better than me, I would have left entirely after the first laughter I heard. As if in response to my intuition, a quiet voice comes from the building. I freeze mid-stride to the door. Hear that?
Huh?
Hear what? There's someone inside.
Damn it.
It's no longer funny, Walter. Listen. I stay still and like the tiniest movement could drown out. I stay still for the tiniest movement can drown out all the words of the world without a rustle. But the sound doesn't repeat itself. I swear it came from behind the door. I heard it so clearly I could almost make out the words. Is someone toying with us? I don't hear a thing. No, I'm sure there's someone inside. It can't have been the wind. You're scaring me. Whoever it is, they're gonna answer some questions. When I head to the door of the house, the Lassplanes' iron grip keeps me in place. I turn around surprised. For a moment, I'm afraid she noticed something, or something. I'm afraid she noticed something, or something happened. But the girl is standing in the middle of the street, giving me a frightened look. Her eyes are as big as saucers, body so tense like a wax statue, perfectly still. She doesn't move by an inch. Her arm grips mine like a vice, not letting me move.
Wait.
Don't do it. Don't go there. Why not? Her eyes move from me to the empty windows. I've never seen her like that before. You know, I done said it so much this recording alone. The battle-hardened warrior is losing her fucking mind right now. The wind lifts the strands of her hair, partially covering her face. Her breath is heavy. Hesitation flickers in her gaze, but she's not letting go of my hand. On the contrary, she's clenching my fingers. We don't know what the Empire did to these people. To this place. I heard a voice, Hannah. I'm sure of it. How do you know it was a local and not the enemy? Are you suggesting that the Empire could lay traps? It's just... something seems off. The streets are empty. We should check at least one of the houses. Better to investigate the rest of the village. Maybe we'll find something else. I'm not sure. What if it's someone who needs our help? I can go by myself if you don't want to.
Wait!
Don't. Stay here. I frowned, noticing a sudden depression in her voice. Her grip on my hand gets stronger as soon as I move away for even a moment. When its deceitful will of the wind stops, quiet words from inside the house reaches my ears again. A trap? I don't see anything like it through the window. Only an empty room. Anna is visibly afraid. She doesn't want to go inside. But she doesn't need to come with me. I'll only open the door and take a quick look inside. I'll be fine.
Stop it!
Don't you do it. Stay here. As if she were reading my mind, as soon as I consider letting her hand go, the girl raises her voice sharply. Her face is contorted like a theatrical mask. And yet, the expression rings in her voice. Is she really so scared that she won't survive a few seconds apart? I'll just open the door and be back right away. Should I check the house? You know, there's too many choices in this game, and it's pissing me off. Because I haven't even got a chance to freaking... And this is actually making me upset, because it's giving me more choices than it has given me with Alba, and Alba is the one I want to go for. Because I don't think I've noticed this, but this is still chapter 3. And we have just been chatting with Hannah this whole chapter. No Alba, no nothing. And it's actually bugging me. But she's here, she don't feel safe, so let's not freaking do it. Let's leave. I hastily turned my eyes from the door. I heard voices behind a noise behind. Maybe Hannah is right. Maybe there's nothing good inside. As soon as I made a step towards the door, a chill went down my spine. There's something wrong about this place. There's something wrong about it all. I feel there's a kind of energy floating in the air. My stomach turns when I feel it touch my heart. You're right. Let's check the rest of the village out. I returned to her, tightening my grip on her fingers. Contrary to expectations, I don't see relief in her eyes when I agree. Her face is frozen. She barely nods before we move on. Yay. The lighthouse in the village center flickers and lures us towards it. Its glow is only constant, indicating the presence of life in this abandoned place. Even if the constant is illusionary, and an automated system is responsible for it, not a man. We pass more houses, seemingly abandoned by their owners in a moment. I noticed a birdhouse near one of them. Although it was fully seated, There's no winged animals to use it in the area. The wind carries someone's voice to my ear. I shudder, looking around. Light doesn't reach the alleyways between the houses. The darkness in them is black and thick. My eyes can't penetrate it. When I'm trying to, searching for movement, yeah, I said it right. I can swear the darkness is staring back at me. You're right. Something is very off about this place. Or am I starting to lose my mind? I'd rather you didn't. Sometimes I think I can hear someone. Don't you? She presses her lips to a thin line and firmly shakes her head. Even so, her gaze remains alert. She's probing the area which, although abandoned, doesn't seem empty.
You know?
We should head back. I don't like this place. It's a bloody ghost town. Ghosts aren't real, Hannah. Don't tell me you're scared of them. Gripping my hand stronger, she looks away to focus on the massive lighthouse. Her next words are so quiet I nearly missed them. If they're not real, why do I feel like they're staring back at me? I follow her eyes. I don't see anyone who could watch us from the windows. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. Right. The lighthouse towers over us as we reach its base. On the top, the light glitters against the black sky. My stomach churns when I look at it. It's drawing my eyes like a moth is drawn to a flame. Don't lighthouses have basements? Probably. Why? Don't you think the residents could have hidden there? It's like the safest place to me. An entire village hidden in one basement? I doubt it. Although she's clearly reluctant, I drag her towards the closed door to the building. Anna doesn't want to follow me, but she doesn't dare to let go of my hand. Her eyes are fixed on the top of the lighthouse. But mine are drawn to something standing out against the wooden door leading inside the construction. She's actively resisting when I pull her to the entrance to take a look. It looks like a circle with wide rays entangling it. Weird. I've never seen anything like that before. I reach out to trace the carved symbol with my fingertip. I feel a spark jump from the door when my hand touch it. Let's get out of here, Walter. I've had enough. Feeling the girl pull my hand towards the landing field, I do the same in the opposite direction. We reach the lighthouse. There's a strange sound at the door. I'm not going to turn back now. I need to see what's inside. We have to check what's inside. No, we don't. As I said, we have to move. No. As the planes are shot down, sank into the darkness of the ocean, I can't shake the feeling that Hannah knows more about this place than she admits. Her reluctance to come here seems irrational. She didn't want me to go inside that house, even though it wouldn't hurt to check it. She's saying she's afraid of ghosts? The dark? This place? And what happened to the locals? Does she know but don't want to tell me? My gaze falls to our interlaced fingers and this hand holding. It's also bloody weird. This place is bloody weird. What should I do? I want answers. You don't tell me the truth. Stop it. Stop it now. Stop what? Stop lying to me. I can see you are from the very beginning. Since I wanted to land in the Azura when we were up there in the sky. You're lying to me every step of the way. Even this. I abruptly raised our intertwined hands in the air. Her fingers gripped mine tighter, fearing I pulled away. Even this is probably a lie. A story you made up to ensure I won't leave your side. What are you afraid of, Hannah? The sea? The dark? Ghosts? Whatever is in this lighthouse? I'm not lying to you.
Damn it!
Stop. I'm not lying to you. I'm just trying to protect you. She's trying to protect me? Boiling anger warms me up from the inside. I accept her as she was. I accepted her sincere secrecy, vague answers, and meaningful gazes. I even accepted the fact that she didn't want to tell me her name. But this crosses the line. I'm not gonna pretend I don't see anything. Does she think I'm an idiot? She barely speaks when we come to the village. She's just slightly following me around when I'm trying to figure out what happened here. She knows for sure. I feel it under my skin. Her fear may be real, but I don't think she's afraid of the dark. Or ghosts. I take my hand away from her as she starts touching it because her touch starts to burn. If she isn't going to answer me, I'm not going to continue the charade. But I don't manage to free my fingers. Before I do, she grips them with both of her hands. She's clutching my hand with all her might. Her knuckles are white. The grip tells me how strong she is under her assuming appearance. Just stop. Then tell me. I can't. Why not? She leans over, not letting me go. In the moonlight, her usual blue irises are like gray, foggy morning. Gray, foggy morning, the day it all began. The day the war broke out. So many emotions blend in her voice that I struggle to make out of some of them. I hear desperation, the same that stains her eyes when she looks at me. I hear anger too. It stitches mine. As if she's bothered by it all as well. Somewhere in between, her voice trembles from distress. But I see hesitation in her face. I don't know what truth she's hiding. And if she's really doing it to protect me. But I'm not backing off. I've put up with her secrecy long enough. I deserve to know. What are you afraid of? What happened to the villagers? What did the Empire want with Azura? What did they do? What did they do here? What's inside the lighthouse? Each question is like a gunshot cutting into silence. Each leaves a mark on her face. But only the last one makes her turn her head toward the door. The hand gripping my fingers trembles slightly. A pale scar is visible on her perfect skin. It's not for you to know. Who says so? I'm serious, Walter. It's confidential for a reason. Confidential? Wait. I have two theories. Either this is a place to where Lassplanes are made, or there's something terrible in here that the king doesn't want shown. It has to be the Empire. If they learn I showed you this, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure the world won't crumble just because I learned something about this damned place. To you.
I don't know what's going to happen to you.
Desperation, anger, distress, sorrow. All these emotions tangled in the steel frames of the grave seriousness. Fear is still clouding her azure eyes with the gray fog. Her fingers grip mine. I bite my cheek, my gaze moving towards the symbol carved on the lighthouse door. Her words made me anxious. What could be inside? Is it related to what the Empire was doing here? It must be. Brandenburg knows something I don't. Maybe it's only for Lassplanes, not for pilots, no matter how great. I turn around, my eyes sweeping this wretched place. The wind scatters the laundry around and seeps into the alleyways between the abandoned houses. A still vice grips my heart, impossible to ignore. There must be a reason she doesn't want me to take me inside. But I couldn't keep living knowing how close I was to the truth. After what I've seen here. Show me. She straightens lightly. I nearly see the calculations in her mind, painting all over her face. She's thinking, intensely, hard. Maybe, like I often do, she's weighing the pros and cons. HQ must not know you saw this. They won't. Nobody can know. I swear I won't tell anyone. A split second. Only this much hesitation is left for the last plane holding my hand. She nods lightly, formally. Her face is tense when she turns away and heads towards the entrance. Still holding my hand, she pushes the wooden door and drags me inside. Inside the lighthouse, there's a small room with spiral staircases. One side leads upwards so that engineers can inspect equipment and operating the reflector. And the other leads downstairs to the basement. Some from deep below the ground comes a bright blue glow, painted the stone stairs with a pale reflection. The last plane is quiet, when she leads me down. The stairs is narrow. It's hard to descend and hold hands at the same time. I hold my breath. With each step, we're going deeper underground. Maybe the basement can't be that deep. Maybe a few meters down. Maybe a dozen or so at best. And yet, I feel air become thinner. If the stairs didn't lead underground, but to another world. I feel the thick atmosphere of this place sink into my lungs, squeeze my chest, force my heart to pump blood faster and faster. Shadows are dancing in the corner of my eyes, only to disappear as soon as I try to focus on them. Like ghosts, the inhabitants of the reality I'm entering. Lassplanes moves with lightness. I could swear I could feel her hair floating as if hit by a gust of wind. I follow her sluggishly. I don't feel even the slightest whiff of fresh air. It's the opposite. My head gets light as if I'm deprived of oxygen. I don't know how many symptoms are figments of my imagination, and how many are reality. It's all surreal. Like a scene from a dream, its details fading in the morning. Only a hazy outline of the forgotten realm, and the feelings that accomplished when it left. We're here. We've been walking for so long, I don't even realize when we reach the end. Coming down 100 steps of a spiral staircase makes me dizzy. My body staggers dangerously. As on the last step, losing balance. She grabs my shoulder, helping me stand straight. Even in this eerie place, I feel my face redden in shame. The girl is smaller than me, and she needs to help me stay on my feet because I was defeated by stairs. Oh God. I apologize for me and my terrible reading. I'm embarrassed. The sore sensation is quickly gone when I raise my head and look around the place we're in. Ooh, now that's pretty. It's not a basement. We ended up in a large chamber. Darkness enveloped its borders, hiding the wall from the ceiling from me. But the echoes of our footsteps and the Lassplanes' voice bounced off the surface, giving away its size. The chamber itself is nothing special, but my gaze immediately falls on the center.
You know,
This is the light. Oh, you know, it's crazy that the light is a crystal. Cause the way I was thinking, it was just a big old ball of light. I guess that's my imagination for you. A massive crystal formation is much taller than me. It fills the heart of the cave, hidden deep underground. Sharp tips and smooth walls remind me of rough diamonds, set together by a whimsical force by nature. Only the wiring leads from its suggestions, I found some kind of device, not a typical deposit of a valuable mineral. It has a purpose. It emits a familiar blue glow, but it seems suppressed now, somehow. It's not even half as powerful as the crystals powering the watchtowers from the Sky Fortress. The last thing holding my hand loosens my grip, like she forgot about me for a moment. Silence falls over us. Maybe she's letting me guess what exactly we were looking at. But what are we looking at? A great deposit of light crystals hidden under a lighthouse for some purpose. My gaze is following wiring from the platform. It seems to power something. I mean, they would have been fully charged. I mean, what if they were fully charged? Okay. In a way, it surprises me the most. I've never seen a depleted source of light before. I was dead sure the light can't be depleted, or at least not by conventional devices like a lighthouse and an energy network from the small village. It could explain the strange hue of the lights above, on the ground. Maybe this is what's happening when the energy source is low on power. My analytical mind is starting to connect the dots with hypothetical formulas when the girl at my side moves slightly, as if reminding me of her presence.
it's
It's a watchtower. I was expecting anything. A generator supplying the village, an underground warehouse, but not this. A watchtower? Hidden under the ground? I'm trying to remember everything I know about them. Small light fuel towers have been created at the same time as the Veil. Their only function was to stand a barrier protecting us from the outside world. I can see a few from my window of the Sky Fortress. They probably shine on the sky with banners of the kingdom displayed on them. They flicker with the same pale blue glow. But watchtowers float in the sky. That's what we learned in school. They're teaching you lies for the safety of the kingdom. You're now looking at a real watchtower. The ones you see in the sky are empty decorations that have nothing to do with the Veil. But why? Why would you build decoy watchtowers? So the enemy wouldn't know the locations of the real one. I snorted under my breath, aware of the irony. She smiles faintly, mirthlessly. At least that was the goal. So this is a real watchtower. I don't know what I was expecting. When my gaze sweep over the barely active crystal, I'm surprised. I thought machinery would be more complex. But you can really predict anything when it comes to light. A blue glow is pulsating inside the crystal. It cuts its surface like lightning, appearing in one place, then disappearing in another. The surface of the crystals is perfectly smooth, as if polished by the years on the ground. But inside, deep below the surface, I noticed a small storm. Sparks are dancing together. Only the remnant of the light energy that lurks here once. It looks inactive. Hesitantly, the girl nods. Like me, her eyes fall on the crystal formation. The watchtower was damaged, which weakened the veil. That's why the enemy can breach in some places. It's starting to make sense. For the first time in this war, something happened. That's why they were in Azura. So they can breach the veil here? Kind of, but not really. It doesn't quite work like that. Meaning? No more lies. There are no holes in the veil. Damaging the watchtower makes it weaker. That's why the enemies can cross it, but it's not easy. It's not a seamless wall where you can find a hole and get inside. And yet, they did. It began here, this place. Fascinated, I watched the crystal towering over me. How could you damage something like this? I've been told my whole life the light had no constraints, because it can't be destroyed or depleted. And now, I'm looking at both. The Empire has found a way to counter our greatest advantage. That's not good. Really not good. We must fix it as soon as possible. Otherwise there won't be any peace.
Nope.
It can't be fixed. What? I turn away from the crystal structure. The girl on my side seems to have forgotten about her interlaced fingers. Her iron grip is now weaker, although she's still holding my hand. I feel tingling under my skin where our fingers meet. The watchtower will regenerate itself. It's a matter of time. So we can only wait.
Yes.
Us? Yes. Oh, okay, my fault. I'm thinking so hard that my skull is giving off steam. So that's what the Empire made. That's why the Empire made us a foothold here. They wanted to make sure the watchtower stays inactive. And their way of getting in our territory remains open. Looks like we thwarted their plans. That's true. A gleam wanders inside the crystal, like a storm in a glass of water. Energy discharge illuminates the Lassplanes' face. She seems calm, much less animated than before. But she's looking at the crystal. Her eyes are empty. Reflections of the discharge dance in her blue irises. It doesn't explain why the villagers are gone. It doesn't. HQ need to handle that. I assure you they will. Are you satisfied with your answer, Walter? I will be soon. Tell me, are there more of them? More of what? Watchtowers. If the ones in the sky are decoy and decorations, how many real ones are there? Like this one. Are they active? As far as I know, there are 3 in total. The other 2 are working without a hitch. So this is the only weak link. Good to know. It's easier to plan the defense. Need to set up a perimeter here to ensure no Empire units will make their way into our side until the watchtower is fully functional again. Wait, where are the other ones? I know where the second one is, but not the third. Blonde hair falls on her cheek, hiding her from my sight. An unpleasant thought creeps in my mind. Oh God, it was in Lumafell, wasn't it? Impossible. It can't be a coincidence. Where's the other one? She stays quiet for a while. She turns her head to me, but with visible difficulty. The reflection on her energy, the reflections of the energy pulsating from the crystal shines on her irises. That's mad crazy. I feel my world fall apart into tiny bits. At the same time, the scattered pieces of the puzzle I was trying to solve are not connecting. Answers. Scraps of the truth are making up the bigger picture. It feels like I was following a road in search of answers. But instead, my destination, I end up at the end of the crossroads every time. Loonfell, a village just like Azura. Close to the border of our territory, near the Veil. Small, useless, and yet targeted by Empire forces. I thought there was nothing interesting in Loonfell. Well, there is. Bloody hell. It all makes sense now. Does it? I shift my weight to from one foot to the other. Only now do I realize how numb my body is. It's terribly cold here, but the revelation successfully distracts me from it. I'm more so this side of my head. Understand. There are 3 watchtowers maintaining the Veil. One in Loonfell. We protected it. The second one is Azura. Damn it. Which means HQ hadn't been sending us to the edge of the world for no reason back then. They had sent us here because of this. Why hadn't they told us? If I'd had known, I would have never taken Alba to Loonfell. If I had known how bloody important Azura was, I would have followed the order without hesitation. That's why you were in Loonfell, right? That's why we weren't supposed to be there. Because we were supposed to be here. The girl nods hesitantly. I sigh, holding back a curse. On one hand, I understand why HQ didn't reveal such vital information to just any pilot. Because any pilot should obediently follow orders and not demand information above their pay grade. But whereas Hannah knows, something tells me Alba may not. Trost loves her parents, but she wouldn't have forsaken Azura if she had known there was a watchtower here. She surely wouldn't have made me do it if she had known. If they had flown here back then, many things would have been different. Don't overthink it. I hear it again. A note of sadness in her voice, distant and quiet. It's easy to miss. Her absent look tells me I didn't miss here. I wonder where the third watchtower is. You can't tell anyone. Understand? I won't, I swear. But how do you know? It's just my fate. She lifts her free hands towards the crystal. Although it ignores me, as soon as the last plane's fingers brush against the surface, sparks of energy jump to life inside. Its glow is intensifying. Small discharges smolder near the surface as if it's trying to touch the girl. She watches it without traces of emotions in her cold gaze. Here, her eyes seem like distant, like dark steel. Duty. Lassplanes' main duty is to protect the watchtowers. That's what we're for. To keep the veil up, separating the kingdom from the rest of the world. But it's not revealed to each of us. Not all of us knows that. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. The Lassplanes appointed to the king by the king have always been playing an extremely important role in our army. Even though there were no battles they were needed for. If their task was to protect the watchtowers, no wonder they were an essential part of our defense even without war. I'm looking at the girl by my side. A heavy duty seems to weigh on her shoulders. Sparks jumps from the crystal and climbs her fingers. She pulls away, not letting them reach her waist. It's striking to you. The watchtower. It's ignoring me, but it looks like it's reacting to your touch. She nods, but not before a moment of hesitation, as usual. She's sharing the truth with me, but
You
her words are
know.
measured. It's because of the light. Our connection to it creates a link between Lassplanes and watchtowers. A link? We know when the watchtowers is danger. It communicates with us. I freeze, remembering my conversation with Alba in the middle of the night. She was trying to get the Luma pellets so desperately. She said she felt something was wrong. How much was it? How much of it was the fear for her parents, and how much was it her connection with the watchtower? Could she tell the two apart? I remember her tearful gaze and fear on her face. They were so real, so sincere. I'm sure they weren't a lie. But what if her connection to the light fuels her fears? Is it a specific feeling? Is it
Well.
calling to you? We can feel it deep inside our chests. It's hard to describe, but it pushes us to act immediately. And as for how much we understand the sensation, it's different for every Lassplane. It's amazing. I had no idea the light could work like this. That it can communicate with you. They call it a vow. She turns to me, still gripping my hand. She glances at the exit. Now with her back to the crystal, her face is veiled by shadow. Her hand is hot to touch, or maybe mine is so cold. She takes a step forward, eager to leave the place and return to Sky Fortress, like she repeatedly asked. And I ignore her request. I see the tension on her face. She must be risking a lot telling me about it all. If it's a top secret objective for Lassplane service they'd answered for before the king, a regular pilot like me should never know. It makes me appreciate the fact she told me more. I squeeze her hand, stopping her mid-stride. She turns to me, her expression wary. After all, how many times did I already resisted when she tried to get me to return to the base? Thank you for telling me. She nods, but only half-heartedly. I squeeze her oh, nope, wrong button. I squeeze her fingers tighter. I won't forget that. We're in this together. Whatever happens, you can always count on me. Her eyes wander around my face, looking for truth behind these words. She turns away, heading towards the exit. This time, I don't resist and follow her, still holding her hand. As soon as my foot touches the first step of the staircase, a quiet murmur reaches me from behind. A whisper, a product of my exhaustion. I can't recognize a single word. Oh. Something bad happening. Oh my god, we're finally on chapter 4. Holy shite. Okay. Well. Oh, that took forever. It auto-saved. I'm good without it. Holy crap. Well, that was interesting. And it took forever. Holy crap. Then I was like, what? 4 episodes straight of episode 5? Yeah, this game is gonna take a while. But that was Kamikaze Lassplanes. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please leave a like and comment down below if I'm gonna do something else. And if they have it on Xbox, I would definitely check it out. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until then, I'll catch y'all later.